From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
NIDA ANSARI is the Chief Innovation Officer for 16 Tech. She's also skilled in bridging the gap between ideas and market success.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com. This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
So when you're an entrepreneur, you have more asks than you have gives, which means you're always looking for something, whether it's talent, whether it's capital, customers, investors, whatever it is. I love working with entrepreneurs. I love working next to them, with them, for them. I'm not quite sure where the passion comes from other than I like helping people. But when I think about entrepreneurship, in entrepreneurship you're successful based on who you know, how many of them you know, and how often you're out there knowing or getting to know them. So when it comes to building networks, so I help entrepreneurs build networks. I help entrepreneurs with storytelling, with the objective of raising capital. So in order to get access to capital, you have to tell a good story. And a story isn't fiction, a short story is fact around what the potential of your business is. So I help entrepreneurs do that better. That includes body language, that includes advice on decks, pitching, practice, all of that. And when that comes together in a confluence of all the things, including what that entrepreneur is building, because I'm not building what the entrepreneur is building. No one knows the business better than that entrepreneur. And once they have that confidence to tell their story in a way that makes meaningful sense to the receiver, whether it's an investor or a customer, they're much more likely to be successful. Now, if they're in front of that investor in a way that that investor knows what they're already building, there's a little bit of priming that happens prior to the formal pitch. They are more likely to be successful. So I help them with all of that. I'll help entrepreneurs with all of that. Now, I have a soft spot for entrepreneurs that are undercapitalized, first-time founders, black and brown, immigrant, veteran, rural, what have you. And the reason for that is it's no different than being a first-generation college student. There's a lot of things you just don't know. And so when you're doing that as an entrepreneur that's never built a company before, there are basic things that it's like playing a game that everybody else has played before and you're just learning the rules. And if somebody can help you with the rules a little bit, you're more likely to be successful. Now, at the end of the day, you'll stand on your own merit. But if I can help grease that in any way that allows their product, their team to shine, I'm going to do that. So that comes as a result of my mentoring several Techstars programs, one in Detroit. I was on the selection committee for one in Alabama. I helped the G-Beta programs here in the 16 Tech building, and I mentor founders informally. Small businesses have similar. Access to capital is harder. They're not going after venture. We talk about venture-backed companies a lot, and it's sexier to talk about venture-backed companies. With this new administration in Indiana, we're focusing on small business, and a lot of small businesses are responsible for the economic development numbers we have in the state. So when you're a first-time business owner, there's a lot of things you don't know. So as an immigrant, I come from parents or a dad that always worked a job, and so when I had to tell my mom that I'm not going to be working a full-time job in the same way anymore, that was a paradigm shift for her. So multiply that times all the other immigrants in the community or all the other first-time founders in the community. It's a scary space to be in. You don't know if you'll have health insurance. You don't, as a single mom, you may not know if you have daycare available to you. You may not know whether you can work nights and weekends only or during the day, around school schedules. There's a lot of things you don't know and can't do. And when it comes to access capital, you may only be able to access capital if you put your house up as collateral collateral? If you don't have a house, what do you do? A lot of times you get loans only if you've been in, most of the times you get loans only if you've been in business a certain period of time. So viability of the business solely depends on whether or not you can make it that far. And you can make it that far if you have capital to begin with. So it's kind of one of those like cycles that begets itself, where if you don't have wealth to begin with, how are you supposed to generate wealth? And so if we can't have those conversations openly about the ideas, about what makes businesses successful, the watch outs, we're not, I like to say that politeness is not kindness. So if somebody came to me and said, hey, I'm going to work on this idea, and I happen to know for a fact that there are some things they should watch out for, if I just simply pat them on the back and say, great job, nice job, sounds great, good for you, and send them on their way, I've not done the kindness to them. Actually, at that point, I'd probably say I've been a part of their downfall if they end up failing, because I knew and I didn't say anything. So that's kind of how I feel about the entrepreneurship and how to build and how to access resources. Capital is land, labor, and resources, right? So that could be property, that could be talent. There's a lot of programs in the state that are beneficial for entrepreneurs, but they can't access them if they don't know about them. So simply being aware of what's out there is a big deal here. I think the IDC has done a fantastic job making these resources a lot more available and making small businesses aware of the options that are available to them. Bootstrapping is one thing, but taking advantage of resources is another.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities Podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.